Hey, I'm Chris Parrish, Chief Investment Officer at Oak Harvest Financial Group. This is our investment team's midweek release when we examine a news item, headline, or story making the rounds from publicly available sources, and we ask, is it news or is it noise? But before we continue, please take a moment and hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you will be notified when we upload new content. So here we go. I want to revisit a topic that was rampant on the news channels just a few short months ago. Think back a few months ago and remember how every time you turned on your TV, you were hit with some story of massive and unprecedented supply chain disruptions. I kid you not, back in early fourth quarter 2021, our team here at Oak Harvest was getting daily inquiries and questions from clients and prospects wanting to address their fears of supply chain issues and their effects on everything we buy for the fourth quarter for Christmas. We even had a few individuals who suggested we raise cash levels in their portfolios because of it. Thankfully, we stuck to our data and processes, and the S&P 500 returned over 10% for the fourth quarter of 2021. We walked these individuals through some of the detail of how component costs like shipping costs are a very, very small part of the total cost of goods services bought and sold in the U.S. We discussed how these issues of bottlenecks had been going on already for over 18 months, but the TV financial news had finally started focusing on it, which meant we were most likely closer to the topic's end, not the beginning. We did our best to show them with data that their fears were largely unwarranted for their investments. We counseled them that the investment team at Oak Harvest was pretty confident that if our scientific brainpower could generate a COVID vaccine in about 6 months from scratch, the best business minds in America could likely figure out how to ease these bottlenecks over time, thus minimizing their longer-term effects on supply chain and inflation. And as it turns out, the TV financial news networks picked up and ran with this topic when? Right near its absolute top in business and investment issue. Here's a chart of the data series we can follow in almost real time. It's called the Supply Chain Disruption Index. Yes, viewers, this data actually exists. And what does this chart show you? It shows you that the peak momentum in supply chain disruptions was in early summer of 2021 when the Delta wave hit America. And although the index made a new high in late summer, its momentum peaked back then and it's been crashing lower ever since. You know what's even more interesting to me on this chart? It's the government inflation data series charted with the disruption index. As you can see from the chart, the U.S. core CPI inflation rate, which is the one quoted most widely in the news, has tracked this index with a lag by a few months. Recall, this is the number that many Federal Reserve watchers seem glued to. The implication for investors is that the current inflation fears being sounded by the financial news networks is at a crescendo, and inflation expectations are already beginning to peak and should ebb throughout the first half of 2022. In fact, just last week, the ISM Purchasing Managers Pricing Index was released, showing a significant slowdown in supplier price increases. That's code for we should be past the peak in supply chain constraints that have contributed to price inflation. The lesson for our viewers is this: the next time you feel like you are seeing the same news story across multiple media channels every time you turn on your TV or computer, and you're feeling compelled to do something in your investments because of it, instead, take a deep breath, turn off your TV or your computer, and take a walk around the yard and think to yourself, is this a new storyline, or has it been going on for weeks, months, or even quarters? If the answer is it's already been going on for quarters or longer, the news story and its financial effects are most likely already factored into your investment portfolio. You should then exhale and think to yourself, this is most likely noise to my investments. From the whole team here at Oak Harvest, thank you for support and trust throughout 2021, and we hope we can continue to be your partner and provide you with value-added services in 2022. And for viewers, feel free to give us a call here in Houston to speak to one of our advisors. Let us help you craft a financial plan that meets your retirement goals and needs first and your greed second. Give us a call here at 877-896-0040. We're here to help you on your financial journey into and through your retirement years. I'm Chris Parrish, CIO at Oak Harvest, and have a great week.